What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie Beyonce. So I am making for like the third time this week because I just love it, homemade lobster salad. So the first thing I did is I got myself 3 lobsters and I de-shelled the meat. Now I'm gonna have to do a video one day on, I didn't even think about doing it, but on how to properly de-shell lobster, because this whole thing is just 3 lobster. And I got probably this much filled before I even touched a knuckle, claw, or tail. There's lobster meat that is awesome that is hiding, and a lot of people don't know how to get it out. But it's pretty simple how we're going to do this. Mix up some of this meat here. You're going to need lobster meat. I don't like to have giant chunks of lobster. Sometimes you'll see like half a claw sitting in a lobster roll, but it's not as good because you want the whole thing to just mix together in all the different meats. Every piece of meat in a lobster tastes different, and a lot of people don't know that, but that's what you do. Next, you're going to need celery, and right now I'm in the process of dicing celery. So all you want to do is get yourself some lobster. You could use 1 lobster and get as much meat as you can. 1 lobster will still give you 1 to 2 lobster rolls, depending on what size roll you're going to need. Speaking of rolls, don't go anywhere. You're going to need a good roll. I use these 8-inch rolls right here, and these are called New England style rolls. And the reason they're New England style rolls is each side is like a cut piece, and what you do is you butter and you grill it, kind of like you grill a grilled cheese, right? And you grill the bread, and it is phenomenal, and it's necessary when you're talking about lobster rolls. So I'm gonna put this away right now. We're gonna get into that in a little bit when I show you how to do it. And all you need outside of that is mayo. I use Hellmann's because it's real deal, just good stuff. So I'm going to continue dicing up the celery. Hold on. All right, so I just used a single stalk of celery, and I got right there that much out of it, which is a pretty good amount. And with 3 lobsters worth of meat, that's gonna be enough. And all I'm gonna do is scoop it up and put it right on top of my lobster meat. All right, this is really, really simple. Now you're gonna see a lot of people think that you have to, everybody thinks they're gourmet, right? And they think that, oh, okay, well now I'm gonna add these spices and this wine and this. This is lobster salad. You're making a lobster roll. Do not ruin it by putting spices in and thinking some Miss Molly May taught you how to do some exquisite trick. There's no trick. The lobster meat with the mayo and the celery together is what's going to just explode flavor. You can do enhancements like caviar, the small Masago caviar. I just ran out. I used it in my last batch, but that's it. And my last batch was claws and knuckles because they had a sale on claws and knuckles. This one, I got lucky. There were 3 lobsters, manager special. They were $8. So that's a full lobster. So now when you get lobster rolls at a restaurant or a store, it's only claws and knuckles. That's all they use. And the reason is because lobster tails are used for other things because it's really expensive. So they like to keep the tails separate, and they can sell them separate, and you kind of get ripped off from what is possible. When you add in lobster tail into the mix, and legs, and inside the body, there's so much meat all in right here in the shoulders, and then there's these little feelers right next to the antenna. There's meat in there, and you get all that really succulent meat that most people don't even know where there's meat, and you throw it in there, and now you go from claws and knuckles to bada boom bada bing maron. It's just really, really good. So at this stage, all we have is lobster, celery. That's it. What's next? Mayo. And guess what that is? The final ingredient. But you think that you're done there, but to make it really, really work and really, really pop, that's where the grilling of the bun comes in, and having the proper kind of bun. That's actually monstrous when it comes to lobster rolls. It's just huge. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my mayo and I'm going to put some in, and I'll show you what we're doing. There's no measurement. It's not like, oh, I got to put a cup of mayo. A lot of it's to taste, but you don't want it too mayo-y. So I'll show you what I do. And it's literally going to be your own eyes. You know, you're going to see it as you mix it up. You're going to know if there's too little. And it's better to have too little than too much because you could always add more. If you throw too much right away, you're screwed. Now you have to go get more lobster. So that's it. Just a nice glob of mayo on top of the celery. And I'm going to start mixing it and just getting it all in there. Now, one of the things that mixing does is it helps break up some of those lobster meats that are like fibers, and it kind of like that. It'll start breaking it up, and it just really separates itself, and it makes it nice. So let me mix this up, and I'll show you, and we'll see how the mayo looks. All right, so that turned out to be the absolute perfect amount. It's just right. It's not soupy. It's just nice. You could see a little bit of gleam of mayo going across the meat, and it's holding it together almost like a glue with the celery sitting in there. Now for salt and pepper, just seeing if you're listening, you don't need that crap. So now that this is mixed, this is done. It's literally done. That is set. Let's give it just a little bit of, how's your daddy? Gosh, that was a little piece of tail right there. Oh, tail has a completely different flavor than the entire rest of the lobster. It's crazy. So now what we're going to do is set up the bun. So hold on. All right, so this is a New England bun, right? My mother lives down in South Carolina, and whenever I go down there, you know, she has me bring her a package of New England style hot dog buns, so they can have proper buns done the right way. These ones are a little bit smaller than what I normally have. And normally I use the 8-inch ones. So I don't know how I bought the small ones, but that just means more lobster rolls. So this is what we do. And what's in my pocket today? Oh yes, from Scabba Ding Dong. Scabber sent me this. It has just been awesome. I've been using it for everything. Dope. All right, so Choir Boys with a Z, Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors. What I'm going to do now is just prepare my bun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up a skillet. I know you guys can't see, but I'm pretty sure you know what heating looks like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of buttering the bread, and if you've ever buttered bread, you know that it's made by the devil. And when you start to butter it, it just tears. So what I like to do is I like to take butter, put it in the pan, and wiggle it around the length of the bun, and put the bun on it. So much easier, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just grill this. So all I'm doing is putting butter on it, put it on one side, flip it, do it on the other. You'll see it. It's beautiful. All right, so a grilled bun, grilled on both sides. Obviously, it opens in the middle. And all we do from here is load it. Now, if anybody has ever eaten a tuna sandwich and thrown chips in it, you can add chips for crunch. I'll even put one in there, just show you that I'm not lying to you. I prefer not to, but you can. And it doesn't really add anything except like that crunch. But so now I'm going to take some of my filling, and I just want to go from one end to the other and stack it with lobster meat. Ooh, Nelly. So I use soft shell lobster. Very, very common in Massachusetts and Maine and in Connecticut. And it's really, really easy to work with. It's easy to de-shell, and you get less finger pricks, which is always nice. But if you can get some soft shell lobster, I recommend it. Hard shell lobster, no problem there. Rock lobster you can use, but you're not going to get as much meat out of a rock lobster as you are a soft or a hard shell. So this, my friends, is what your lobster roll should look like, right? It should be grilled and meaty and celery-y, and have a little bit of mayo in there. Let's take a shot with the chip in it. You barely notice the chip, but immediately the lobster tail overpowers everything. It's so strong, but it's really, really good. Okay, so if you've ever wondered how to make a perfect lobster roll, it's so easy, it's stupid. All you need is lobster. All you need is lobster. A little celery, a little mayo, and the right bread. I'm telling you, you can make a lobster roll on just about any kind of bread, but it's not as good unless you use a New England style roll. It's like a major difference. So if you're looking to have something really good, impress a friend, impress a date, or you just love a good food, doing that on this kind of bread, it's everything. It's everything. A perfectly grilled, beautiful roll. No. Cold meat on a warm bun. Oh, it's just huge. A lot of times you'll see it served on a cold bun. Putting cold meat on a cold bun. And I have enough left over to make a whole bunch of those. So I'm gonna be eating some lobster rolls and loving life. So that's it for this one. Now you guys know how to make a perfect lobster roll. Golly. But definitely see, if you don't have New England style rolls, see if you can get them sent to you, like have them shipped to your house. Because if you're talking about even just hot dogs, you grill a hot dog and you grill the bread like this and put your hot dog on it, it's a monster difference. These rolls change everything. They're just insane. Massachusetts did something right when they came up with this. We also came up in Lawrence, Massachusetts. We invented the automatic toilet flush. You're welcome. All right, so that's it. That's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie Holiday. I'm going to go and enjoy me some of the lobster.